Welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name is Nathan and today we're doing a walk around video on this 2016 Subaru Outback 3.6R. Now if you know much about these Subaru Outbacks, the 3.6R is probably the top of the line spec and it does come jam-packed with a bunch of features as most Subarus do, and as a Subaru owner myself I can definitely vouch for these cars and tell you how good they are and how great they are in regards to your performance. Now I actually traded this car and I can assure you that this car has been maintained and looked after immaculately. The previous owner actually upgraded to a car that's better suited for towing, but this car has been maintained so well. So what we'll do is actually run through the condition on the outside of the car as well as some of the features that does come in this stunning model. So starting off on the front end, you've got that very iconic Subaru badging right in the front there. Now this is the Gen 5 look. It's more of the modern look. You've got the nice aggressive sharp headlights that give that nice DRL surrounding that give it a very aggressive eye-like look. You've also got the projector globes fitted in there as well as your indicator lamp mounted just in the middle at the bottom there. Now these cars do come with headlight washers that do clear up the headlights in case you're doing a bit of off-roading or whatever it might be, just to give you that extra clear line of sight. You've also got the fog lamps fitted at the bottom and you've got this really nice plastic bottom. Now that's just to protect the actual bottom of the car and prevent anything expensive from actually getting damaged. But as you can see, the car itself presents really well, and in this black color, you've got to make sure you look after it the best that you can. No marks that I can see. There are very minimal stone chip marks, but we have taken the effort to actually touch it up for you, which is good to know. But as we come around to the driver's side of the car, taking a look at that first alloy, you've got that stunning multi-spoke design, bit of a diamond-like look all the way around the car. It is pretty much consistent with that STAR design, so you can see how striking this pattern is. It gives a very aggressive, chunky, off-roady kind of look in terms of the actual design of the rim. Now you've got this beautiful polished aluminium look on the outside with that gunmetal finish on the inner spokes of the rim. Still presents really well, and this rim itself is completely unmarked and undamaged, and you've got plenty of tread remaining on those Toyo Proxes. Now as we look around the side of the car, please pay attention to the paintwork because this car is immaculate. As I mentioned before, the paintwork just presents so well. There's no damages or blemishes or fading. The black is just consistent all the way through. Now at the bottom here, you've got that Outback badging in that beautiful chrome finish. It just ties in with the whole car, but also breaks it up to give different levels to the car itself and gives you something quite nice to look at. You've also got color matched side mirrors and door handles that blend in really neatly, and you've got your indicator lamp built into the side mirror there. Now that actually elevates the lamp but also clears up this quarter panel for you. The bottom of the headlight, you've got a bit of plastic. Now that's again to prevent anything expensive from getting damaged. Now the car is a keyless entry car. There is a little sensor here that will lock and unlock the car. However, when you put your hand inside, it will actually unlock for you, as you can see. Now opening it up, you've got that beautiful warm leather finish, which is quite rare in these Subarus. It's definitely quite a nice design and gives it a very contrasty look on the inside of the car. It makes it stand out and not just look so plain and boring like a standard black leather, but definitely a nice attention to detail, and it is a nice color to the leather. Now the leather itself is quite soft in design and feel, which makes the seats quite comfortable. As we know, some leathers can be quite firm and thick, so it is good to know that these aren't just cheap leather seats, but they're going to give you a very good comfort drive. Now the seats are electrically controlled, which is good to know. Nice and easy to operate and function. If you need more information on this, we'll be happy to run through it with you. Now the car does come with genuine Subaru floor mats all the way around, which the previous owner has obviously fitted out for you. You've also got this really nice Subaru scuff plate on the inner guard here, which is going to protect this part of the car from getting damaged. Now on the inner door trim, where people can get quite lazy and kick the door open and damage the door, you can see that presents really well. There's no damage whatsoever, and the door cut itself presents really well. If we close this up, I will note that the car does come with tint. Again, it's going to save you a bit of money there, but it's all these little things, that the precautions that the previous owner has taken to make sure that this car is fitted out exactly the way we need it. On top here, you've also got the Subaru roof racks. Now, there are no crossbars. However, these do, from what I remember, these do come across and you can actually clip them across the car, or you can fit crossbars if needed. Coming over to that second alloy, again, great condition on the rim, completely unmarked, no damage whatsoever. The rim presents beautifully. You've got nice reflection on that actual polished aluminium and plenty of tread on those Toyo Proxes. Fuel filler cap is on the driver's side of the car, makes it easy to hop out and fill up the fuel cap if needed. And as we come around to the tailgate, can just see how nicely, again, the car just presents. You've got that tail light that still mimics the headlight there with that nice round design. It is an LED fit, and you've got the reverse lamps just mounted inside there. Got all-wheel drive chrome badging as well as the Outback, and you've got the Subaru badge right in the middle there. Now this car does also come with the reverse camera, which is good to know. It's mounted just inside there. You've also got your high mounted brake light just on that rear spoiler, which is going to give that extra visibility for the other drivers on the road. You've also got your wiper and washers in the back end. Now, opening up the tailgate, one thing I will note, it does also come fitted with the genuine Subaru TOWBAR, which is good to know again if you're planning on doing any traveling or any light touring. Now, in this model, you do get the automatic tailgate. As I mentioned, comes with a lot of comfort features, the 3.6R. It's not your standard Subaru. It does also come with a cargo liner in the back, which is going to keep the carpet underneath protected from any damage or stains, but also makes it very easy to clean and maintain this car. But it just goes to show you, again, the previous owner has done the right things and looked after the car properly. Now, one of my favorite things for these Subarus is actually this little flick switch here. Now, what that does is if I pull this forward, I'll get the camera person to pan to the rear seats. Pulling this forward actually drops the seats for you, which is very easy to access. It will do it for the other side. Now, there is a belt that is cutting across this, so it won't drop all the way down, but you do get another lever here that allows you to drop those seats completely flat. And if you're keeping anything in the boot, just very easy to access. You've also got a few points here which are for maybe hanging your groceries, and you've also got mounting points for any tie down things that you will be keeping in the back. So can just see how nice this car is. Tow tongue does come with the car as well. Now, to actually close up the tailgate, there is a little button here. Pushing that down will allow the tailgate to drop. It does also come with a safety system. So if I demonstrate that to you again, if you're stuck under, just let that knock my shoulder, it does bounce back up for you. So if you've got kids, family, whatever it might be, you know you're going to be, the car is designed to be safe for them. And you've also got a guard here on the actual rear bar that is to protect the paintwork from getting damaged if you're sliding things in and out. Now, as we come around the passenger side of the car, again, pay attention to the paintwork because it is immaculate. One thing I do highly recommend is you take advantage of the glass coat, because what that is going to give you is a lifetime warranty on the paintwork. And being a black car, you do want to maintain that stunning black look, because let's be honest, black is the best color on a car. However, it is a little bit harder to maintain, but this product is going to make it 10 times easier and it's going to maintain that similar look. Now, coming over to that third alloy, again, stunning design on the rim itself, no damage whatsoever, completely unmarked, and you've got plenty of tread on those proxes. Keep panning around the side, there's no dents or damage or scratches whatsoever. And coming over to that fourth and final alloy, generally this side is the one that gets damaged the most, as this is the curb side of the car, completely unmarked and plenty of tread on those tires. So we've got 4 unmarked rims, mint condition, plenty of tread remaining on those tires. The paintwork around the car is immaculate. You've got great features and stunning accessories already fitted onto the car to everything you could possibly use it for. What we're going to do now is actually pop the hood and take a look inside. Alright, now taking a look inside the engine bay, what we have here is Subaru's 3.6 litre petrol motor. Now, it is fitted with a 6-speed automatic that is going to make the ride really nice and smooth, but also provide that power when you do need it. Now, these 3.6 litres are very responsive and do provide plenty of power when needed. It does also come fitted with gas struts on the actual bonnet, which is, again, nice comfort feature. It is good to have these things. This car itself has a 5-star ANCAP rating with 7 airbags, so plenty of safety for all the passengers inside the car. Now, this motor itself produces a stunning 191 kilowatts with 350 Newton meters torque from factory. So again, plenty of power and torque for whatever payload that you're carrying around, but also if you are towing something. Now, as I mentioned before, it is a petrol fuel tank with a 60 litre capacity. You can run it on your regular 91 fuel. It does have a combined fuel consumption of about 9.9 litres per 100 kilometers and an average fuel distance of about 606 kilometers off a full tank, depending on how you drive and whether you are towing. Alright, now taking a look inside the Outback, as I mentioned before, this car is packed with features, so I'll do the best I can to run through everything in this car. However, if you do have any additional questions, do not be afraid to call us and ask us, or ask us when you do come in. However, got to tell you, this car presents immaculately on the inside as well as it does on the outside. And as I mentioned before, this leather seats are so comfortable to sit on. Very beautiful contrast inside the car. The colors are just nice and warm and not too contrasty or too strong. Now, starting off on the actual driver's side door, do get this beautiful leather stitching on the actual door card here. Breaks up the different materials, gives it a nice look, but also got this really nice soft leather for the armrest. Beautiful piano black gloss finish on the plate here, and you've also got full automatic, just driver's side is automatic up and down. The rest are just your standard power windows. Also got central locking just on the side here, as well as your window lock control just next to that. So all the necessary controls. Above that, you do have a little button that will fold in your side mirrors. You can also unfold them, and you've got the little toggle for the adjuster above that. Now up here near the chrome door handle, you've also got two seat presets. So if you've got two different people that do drive the car, you can set these to two different people, and as soon as you touch it, it will just set to the different settings, which is good to know. Again, all these comfort features do matter. Now on the right side of the dash are all your safety features and added benefits of this car. So on the left hand side, you've got your headlight height the brightness adjuster for your actual cluster. On the below that is your forward collision mitigation. Now that is a safety feature. We'll be happy to go into more detail with you in regards to what that is if you don't know what that is. We've also got your lane departure warning, which you can turn on and off. You've got a blank spot here if you did want to add anything else in the car. You've also got your stability control. Above that up here is your automatic tailgate, so you can open and close the actual tailgate with this button. Maybe you're in your pajamas in the morning, don't want to hop out and you want the kids to get out for school or they're getting back in, you can just press that button and they're going to be able to put their stuff in. You can close that for them as well. Just next to that is also your blind spot monitoring button, which you can turn off. Now that also does display in the actual corner of your side mirror. Again, we'll be happy to go into more detail as to what this is when you do come in. Just next to that, you've also got a memory button for your tailgate. Now, if you do park in quite a tight parking spot, maybe in your garage, what this button will allow you to do is actually save a setting for where you want your door to actually, your boot or your tailgate to actually open to. So if you can't actually open it all the way, maybe you can only open it about 30%, you can actually set this button to only allow it to open 30% every time you open the tailgate. So if you do park in a tight garage, it is a very nice little feature in this model. Now, being a keyless car, you do get your keyless stop-start button there. The keys itself do also come with a little key in case the battery does die. However, you've got the remote here as well, which you can turn the car on with. Now, coming over to the right-hand stalk of the steering wheel, you've got your left and right indicator as well as your headlight controls. Now, you do get automatic headlights, which are dusk sensing, so you can just leave it in auto and the car's going to decide when it needs to use it. You've also got your fog light controls and high beam. On the left-hand stalk, you've got all your wiper and washers for your front and rear. Now, they are automatic again, so just leave it in auto and the car's going to decide when it needs to use it. Coming over to the steering wheel, very nice design. There are a lot of buttons in here, but quite easy to actually go through. So beautiful leather stitch design, very soft and comfortable to actually keep your hand on. You've also got paddle shifts on the back here, which are for your sports shift system, which still do allow you to control the gears manually if you did need to, but we will run through that with you when we come down to the gear shifter. But on the steering wheel itself, on the right here, you've got all your cruise control settings, so your cruise control on and off, your set, as well as your adaptive cruise control to adjust the range that you want the car to adapt to. You've also got your SI button and your S Plus button. Now, these are for different tunes or different, power output or throttle response for the actual car. So adjusting these will allow the car to be more responsive and adjust the type of power that the car puts out. So again, we'll be happy to run through this with you when you do come in. On the left hand side are all your media controls, so your volume, your seek and your mute button, as well as your sort button, which is for the source to actually flip to the different options, and a back button and source again for your AM, FM radio, Bluetooth connectivity, whatever you might be connecting, voice control, and you've also got your call and reject. Now below that, you've got three little triggers here. That's actually for the display in the head unit. Now, as you can see, it does show you your bearing, that's your SI drive. So as I mentioned, changing these will change the actual power output. So this is your standard drive, then you got your SI, which is a little bit more aggressive, and then you got your SI Plus, which is a lot more aggressive, and it gives you that early end torque. Now if I flick through that, you've got your travel time, your fuel economy, fuel distance, and a bunch of other information for the driver depending on what you want. Coming over to the entertainment system, very nice display. You've got, again, a piano black finish, and you've got a fully touchscreen head unit. Going into the audio, you've got AM, FM radio, Bluetooth connectivity, CD input, as well as USB and auxiliary. This car does also come with inbuilt navigation, so pressing the maps there, as you can see, we are at 20 to 32 Kangan Drive in Berwick, so come check us out if you've got some time. We've also got app connectivity for your mobile phone. Below that is all your hard buttons for your AC system. It is dual climate control, so driver and passenger have their own climate control settings. You can adjust it with this. You've also got the mode for the different fan options, fan speed, etc. And you've also got heated seats in this model. Now, again, very comfort feature for driver and passenger. Below that, you've got a bit of storage. If I pop this open, you've got a nice little rubber lining at the bottom here to stop things from sliding around. You've also got two USB inputs there for any charging that you might need it for, and for the connectivity, as well as auxiliary input and a 12-volt socket for any additional charging, or maybe you're camping and you just want to power up a little spotlight or to pump your mattresses up. Now behind that is your nice gear shifter. If I bring that into reverse, you can see the really nice reverse camera that does come with this car. You can see the rear bar really clearly there, and also your tow tongue if it was mounted, and you've got your guiding lines in there for you as well. Now if I bring it down to drive and flick it to the right, that puts us into our sports shift, and that will allow me to actually flick through the gears manually myself if I wanted a bit more control over the car. However, you can just leave it in drive and the car's going to decide when it needs to use it. Now when it is in drive, the actual cluster displays blue. If I flick it over to the right, it comes up in this burnt orange kind of color, which is good. It does notify you that when you are in different modes, but again, just adds a bit of character to the actual car. Very nice design by Subaru. Putting this up in park, you've got your electric park brake, you've got your uphill climb and your downhill descent, as well as your X mode. Now this is for your different terrain, so maybe your X mode is just for off-roading, and adjust the suspension accordingly. Behind that, you've got two generous cup holders. You can also take this little compartment out if you want to make that a bit of storage. You've got a beautiful leather stitched center console armrest. If I lift this up here, you've got plenty of storage in there if needed. You've also got another 12-volt socket for any additional charging or plug-in points that you might need it for. There are also grooves in here for your cables to run through. Now if I close this up and I get the camera person to actually pan up, this car does also come with the sunroof. So if I hold this down, nice automatic sunroof which is fully functional, and it will close automatically as well. You can also tilt it up and down if you just wanted to allow for a bit of airflow through the car. Very nice feature. Got a compartment for your actual sunnies. You've got also display here for your seat belts. Now if I get the camera person to actually pan around the interior just to show you the condition, you've got two vents here, carpet mats in the back are immaculate. There's no stains or damage whatsoever or wear marks. The leather is just perfect. There's no damage, no stains, no tears. It doesn't even look like anyone's actually sat in the back seats, and the car's just been looked after so well by the previous owner. Roof lining is also immaculate. This is just a perfect example of a well-maintained Subaru. Now what we're going to do is actually jump outside and wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching the walk around video on this 2016 Subaru Outback 3.6R. I hope this gave you a good representation as to the condition on the outside of the car, but also some of the stunning features that does come in this model. And one thing I did forget to mention is the HARMAN and KARDON sound system. Now, I don't know about you, but I definitely rate that sound system, and if you're a person that loves driving and touring, you're going to want to listen to good music through a good quality system. Now, in addition to that, I do highly recommend you take advantage of the glass coat and tint, because that is going to give you a lifetime warranty on this beautiful paintwork. And if you did want a darker tint or whatever it might be, we can organize that for you, otherwise it does have that already packaged in there. However, we do recommend you do protect this paintwork and talk to us about these options. In addition to that, this car does qualify for our premium mechanical protection plan. Now what that will offer you is 5 years extended protection on 181 electrical and mechanical components of this car. Does also come with the added benefit of 10 years platinum roadside assistance, a great value for money, especially if you do plan on keeping this car for a long time. Now, these are at an additional cost. However, if you are using our in-house finance, I would love to introduce you to our business managers, Julie and Mario, who show just how minimal these will affect your repayments. And lastly, but most importantly, please check out our Google reviews. If there are 1,100 reviews and sitting at 4.8 stars, gives you the assurance that you're dealing with the right people and the right business for a good quality vehicle. As I mentioned before, if you did have any additional questions, the number to dial is 99070555. My name is Nathan, and thank you so much for watching.